All right, so here's number seven. Seven regrets of deathbed regrets, and this one's really interesting, especially in the world that we are in right now, especially in the digital world, but most importantly in everything. You know, really in everything that we do. It's I wish I had more confidence and tried more things instead of being afraid of looking like a fool. That's huge. You know, and a lot of people are afraid. I was afraid. I was hugely afraid of looking like a fool. I was hugely afraid of looking bad. I was constantly, my ego wanted to look good. You know, it was constantly wanting to look good, impress people, make it want to be the better and sound better. And it would like make all this noise in my head to tell me that I'm better just so that the ego can survive and continue to survive. And, so that very thing would hold you back, and that would hold you back on a lot of things. It holds you back from expressing yourself. It holds you back from being true to yourself, and it holds you back from telling the truth to other people, how you really feel and how you want to express yourself and what you believe in. That's huge because the thing is that we're raised in a world where we get conditioned. You know, we get conditioned to say certain things, and say things that people expect us to say, or do things that people expect us to do, or be someone that people expect us to be, instead of being our true, authentic self, our real self. And that is one of the things that people are so afraid of, to be their true self, because we're afraid of looking bad. We're afraid of getting judged. We're afraid of getting ridiculed. And I'm telling you this because I used to live that. That's why I can speak of this, because I used to be like that. I would say things like in my work, for example, I would, like I would be in meetings, and like I'd be like stressed out the whole time because I knew that my turn was going to come to share my updates, and I was stressed out because I was like, oh my god, like I'm not going to sound good. I'm going to sound like I'm lazy. I'm going to sound like I haven't done much. I'm going to sound like I'm not contributing enough. I'm going to sound like what I'm doing is useless. I'm going to sound like what I'm doing is wrong. I mean, all these thoughts was coming on in my head, and all I was worried about was looking good. Same thing for whatever I have conversations with people. I would have conversations with coworkers or people, or friends or family sometimes, and I wouldn't be my authentic self. I would express things thinking that that was the right thing to say in that particular situation, because I didn't want to look like a fool in saying what I really want to say. And therefore I closed up. I didn't say anything, and I did stop sharing. And that created this prison. That created a prison in my life, and it pushed me in a position where I just lived inauthentically. I just said things that wasn't authentic with myself, and I lost myself into that. That's why I got depressed, because I lost myself. I had no clue who I was. I mean, all I was doing was matching everything that people expected me to be, and matching, what other people said, because I thought, okay, well, in this situation, when somebody says that, I should say this because that sounds like this is the right thing to say, so I would say that, or I would do the things that people expect me to do. And like, it was just crazy. So that is a huge one. There is that, we're wishing that had more confidence, and being and not being afraid of what people think. That's huge, man, and that's one of the biggest regret that elderly people has claimed on their deathbed. So don't have that regret. Work on yourself so that you do have that confidence, and you do. I mean, you already do. And sometimes you may think like, you know what? No, I don't. And that's just their mind. That's just the ego that's getting in the way, that wants to go back to its comfort zone, right? And it wants to go back to that comfort level that it's used to, and that's what it's used to. It's used to common patterns, right? It's used to being common and comfortable, right? So just know that that's not you. I know that in there you want more than that. So keep that in mind as far as a regret, because that is a huge one that you don't want to have on your deathbed. Thanks for checking this out. Catch you on the next video. Cheers.